might lose contact way out here on the right. But even out there, it would be. it's on that picture too. It's between the center and nothing to Very nice to see you, Captain.
Alrighty, so it looks like we're getting ready for the restart. Current time on deck is 10 after 1. Remember, we have to stop at 4. So we need to make sure that everybody works their way to the line in a timely fashion. So Casarini, I'm looking for Casarini Florida, right behind Roman, and he had like all bunched up. He just hit the MasterCard blue. And then left side down. Again, the young race leader over here on the left-hand side of the track. Right down for the win is the Casarini from the inside shows a keel really good. So Casarini moves into second. Little Shirley coming out of that hole over there on the right-hand side of the track. Here comes fourth place. That's Steve Bendetti. From right down the street here in Orlando, originally from Brazil. Looks like Corey Slater, number 110 from Bradenton, Florida, has moved up into that fifth position. Back in sixth, Martin Visowitz, followed by Starachi. Dodson bringing up the backside. That's where they stack up here on lap number 2 of the first start with race number 2. As a junior 1050 class. Once again, race number 2, junior 1050 class. We need you to the starting line. 7:45 left on the clock here. Race number 1. And Casarini able to get past Peterson on that outside split. Backside of the track, here comes Casarini in 3-on-1. We see that seat is a little bit heavy, spending a lot of time out of the hour. Out of water now. Peterson still in second, followed by Gordon of the Cayman Islands. Playing right with the Ocean Yamahas by Dean's team. Pretty impressive with the Bruins just ahead of Tori Snyder. Snyder sponsored by Snyder Building Construction here in Wilmington, as well as Monster Energy. Looks like this was losing parts over here. So there's good pop up. He's going to change the flux capacitor mid-flight here. It's going to be race number 2. Race number 2, please report back to the starting line. Race number 2. Please report to the starting line, junior speed 1050 class. Casarini back through the SVT, start-finish line. And here is Peterson. Oh my goodness, in the top 3, no changes in the top 3. The top 3 start to separate from the rest of the pack. Already on to the right-hand side of the track, and this should be on the third place. That is Big Daddy. to the 2 junior watercross 1050cc class. Race number 3 will be the novice runabout limited class. Combined with the ProAm 2-stroke lights. Race number 5 is novice runabout 4-stroke combined with once again, everybody from that last race needs to go to tech. Cycling, right. Everybody needs to go down there. We're going to... CC class. As we get set to go here with the juniors, these are the young guys of Refresher. Personal watercraft racing cash the pole on the outside pole right next to Spoon Dog Lake. Fleming and Gill starting from the outside. 6 minutes plus a lap here in this junior class. So race number 3 will be coming to the line next. Once again, we're going to try to run through these last 10 minutes as quickly as we can, try to get this done before 4 o'clock. And then we can get everybody out of here in a timely manner. We appreciate your cooperation and just listening to us and being where you need to be on time. Just 5 minutes to go, and it looks like Spinner is your leader on the inside. On the outside, it was Dill, big number 14. Spinner's going to be the first one to get to the front straightaway, so we'll give credit here with the whole shot. Cameron Spinner getting the Dillon Beach Series, sponsored by Spoon Dog Racing in the Harry County. Your career race leader, followed by 114 Dill out of Naples, Florida, sponsored by Lake Alfred Racing, and 132 Fleming, sponsored by Jimmy Wilson, and the 300 Racing Florida. Until back there in fourth on number 33. Once again, I'd like to say a special hello to all the folks that today we have winds out of the northwest about 25 miles. today, which is why we have two out here. That's a 102.6. Is the fastest lap time. Here comes the device.
So Katuro able to get past Ramjeet on that back section. They're in two different classes, so Ramjeet probably just said, hey, let him go. Ramjeet just needs to stay in front of Warman for the overall for today. Round number 2 of the SVT East Coast Watercross Winter Series. Round number 3 will be next Saturday. Round number 4 will be next Sunday. And there goes race leader Arthur Ramjeet on the 116. And here comes Warman. I'll tell you what, Warman definitely got to get the style points for the weekend. I seen her tent back there in Performance Alley. See her wetsuit. Everything matches. Looking good. That's good representation for all of your sponsors. And that's how you get a lot of the good sponsors. You know, I mean, you've got to go out there. You not only got to race good, but you got to look good.
Bio break rain before I run down after this photo. Yeah, do your thing, dude. Yeah, first forward. Just beat you.
Race number 6. We need you to the starting line.
I've been there so many times. I like it. You're good. You got stuff back.
Super Chicken. Race number 6. Super Chicken races. We need you up there next.
East Coast Watercross.
All right, Super Chicken's coming up next, but right now we still got Skylar Ramjeet leading in the women's class and Arthur Katura leading in the novice runabout 4-stroke class. That's Katura out there, top right-hand side of the track, working that outside split, now into the back straightaway. Once again, I'd like to say a very special thanks to all of our great friends here at the Lions Club. And say special thank you to all of them. I know it's been kind of a blustery day out here, but we appreciate you letting us come here 2 weeks consecutively, racing on Saturday and Sunday. Of course, the wedding venue across the way. Thanks for being patient with us. So we've got, right now, we've got about an hour and 50 minutes to get through 8 races. Can we do it? And there's your race leader on the Devil Deuce right there. You know, when he went past the first time, I wasn't thinking GoPro. I'm like, why is he wearing a snorkel? Does he plan on falling off his boat? That's actually one of those GoPro or GoPro 360s where he can get all the action wherever it is around him. Good guy, took a win yesterday in one of our classes. Gap in the women's runabout class, you got about 9 seconds between Ramjeet on the 116 and Shelby Warman, who is working on the top right-hand side of the track right now on the blue Yamaha. We are under a minute to go for your race leader. So he'll probably complete this lap here, come back around, he'll get the white flag on the next lap. Well, he knows he has a good lead. Good idea to get you some insurance. So he goes out there and hits the penalty buoy just in case. You see that the white buoy on the left-hand side of the track, on the far left-hand side of the track. You go and you hit that buoy. If you miss a buoy or if you rub up against a buoy out here on the regular closed course. If not, you get docked a lap. So we like to say that that's insurance, because when you have a big enough lead, you're going to go over there and you want to take that buoy. Kind of one of those just-in-case deals. Okay, time has expired here in race number 5. So the white flag will come out next time around for Arthur Couture out of Fort Lauderdale. Home of the world-famous elbow room.
Ain't that a picture?
You know, I think that they were actually one of the first clubs to do that. They put in Fort Lauderdale, there's a really cool club called the Elbow Room. It's kind of epic. I mean, people know it for years, spring break and everything like that. Yeah, exactly. Well, it's right on A1A, but they were one of the first ones to actually get an internet camera out in front of it so you could actually see what was going on at the Elbow Room. Yeah, and then Dallas did it out of Kokomo's and Lake Havasu, so you could check out where the party's at all the time. Yeah, probably was responsible for a few divorces. Just as that one attorney guy that took the lady to the concert. Remember that? And his wife seen it. What a dum-dum. All right, so once again, the white flag is out. Arthur with about a quarter lap to go up here, top left-hand side of the track. That's where you'll find him. Super Chickens coming up next. The Kawasaki SCs. It used to be, the SC stood for, I believe it was a side-by-side cruiser. That's what the SC stood for. But now they made it Super Chicken. So that's what the SC stands for now. But, yeah, they were popular back in the early 90s. And it was cool because you could be sitting there with your girlfriend and either one of you could drive. I mean, you just give the steering wheel to her. You could drive. And how about it for Arthur? Arthur making it happen on the double deuce. So once again, when your riders do come in, send them directly down to the launch ramp so we can inspect the boat and grab the GPS unit. Here comes 116, Skylar Ramjeet. Skylar taking a win.
What's that? A plug wrench?
Hey, anybody out there got a spark plug wrench? I know somebody does. Kristen Hasty needs a spark plug wrench. Anybody got one we could use real quick? Spark plug wrench, anybody? You got one? Thanks, Brandon. Brandon over here, the snake wrangler. The snake wrangler's got a spark plug wrench. Kristen. Did you see him yesterday? Is that boy nuts or what? He's certifiably, he ain't playing with a full deck. He's missing his 3s and 8s for sure. He picked up that water moccasin and was whipping it around like it was some type of police baton. That water moccasin was even scared. Plug wrench? Hey, Brandon, we're good. Hey, Brandon, we're good. We don't need it. Thank you. Thanks, buddy. Yeah, somebody just came up right here. Thanks. That's the thing I like about personal watercraft racing, man. Everybody helps everybody out, you know. I've been involved with many types of racing throughout my 40-year career. And, you know, this is like something that you don't see in a lot of the, I hate to say it, but the motocross pits. You know, I can remember when I was doing the Arena Cross series, everybody would go out there and race, and then everybody would disappear back into their own, you know, the Honda truck or the Kawasaki truck or the Yamaha truck. You know, it wasn't like everybody got together, and if, you know, I needed a part, I'm not going to go to the guy that's racing against me and ask him for the part because it don't happen in motocross. In jet ski racing, it does happen. In jet ski racing, I've seen people let them use their whole backup boat, not just the part. All right. Husband and wife team. Susan and Tully going at it. So that is Susan out there with the hole shot. She went 2 for 2 yesterday. Tully just getting 2 new hips during the off season this year. His first race with his new modified hips. They call him the Tin Man, Tully the Tin Man. As you can see him trying to chase down his wife. Around the sweeper they go. Again, this is race number 6. Race number 7, you should be coming to the line. Once again, race number 7, you should be coming to the line. You can take a look online right here at the live stream. And you can see the Super Chickens working their way down that back straightaway. And that is Susan that you see there in the pink fence, or in the pink vest, rather, for all of you folks that are watching in at home. I'm actually seeing the same thing you're seeing now. Just we've got a monitor, but unfortunately it was sitting up behind me, and I think we're going to have that fixed by next week. We'll have a little monitor that we can take a look at. But these guys have done a great job, and if you take a look on the screen, the bottom right-hand side of the screen, you can actually see where the riders are and what the course is. So if you folks don't know what I'm talking about, you may be listening to me out here live, and you want to see it up here at announcer, you can take a look right behind me here. Again, today's event and this series brought to you by, titled by Short Block Technologies and presented by Liqua Moly. 2 great sponsors here with the SVT East Coast Winter Series. So the Super Chickens are out there right now, and that's Tully that's on screen right now. We were talking about Tully, who just got 2 new hips. That is the Tin Man, Tully Zipkin, who is working his way, navigating his way around the course on the old Kawasaki SCs, the Super Chickens. Only minute 25 plus a lap left to go here in this Super Chicken class, and Susan Zipkin has it under control. We're going back on board with Tully, though, Tully Zipkin. You can see the water a little bit rougher for those of you folks that tuned in yesterday to the live broadcast yesterday. A lot rougher than what it was yesterday. A lot of what we call sheep on the bay out there, which are white caps. And winds are coming out of the northwest. They're blowing over 20 miles per hour right now. It rained a little bit earlier, so all of us got cold, and then it got windy, so all of us got more cold. And we were all bragging yesterday because it was 85 and sunny, so I guess we're getting what was coming to us, right? I guess. Yeah, it's been kind of an off and on day here at Lake Alfred for those of you who are tuning in. And I believe that is, you're looking at Susan on screen right now. And she is the race leader. Once again, she's sponsored by Global Integrated Technologies, as well as Beer Dart, Wetworks, and Weeks Brothers Water Sports, all helping her out. One of the this husband and wife team, one of the sponsors here for the East Coast Watercross team as well. We're glad to have them out here, not only supporting the races, but getting out there and actually doing some races with us. What are you thinking? So once again, I believe coming up next, we've got the Pro Sports Spec. Pro Sports Spec is coming up next for all of you who are listening in on the SVT Liqua Moly live broadcast. I'd like to say a special thanks to Charles Guinchard, who is taking care of all of our internet work out here this weekend. And these guys have worked together with the transponder crew. And so now we've got the transponders are working. We've got the live stream that's looking good. And the white flag is out, which means there's only one more lap to go. 12 total races today, folks, and this is race number 6, 7 coming to the line. We are halfway through the second half of our second day. And you can see Susan right there on the last lap. She's got about 3/4 of a lap to go. You can see how rough it is, that Super Chicken just getting tossed around. times here are a little bit different than what we've seen a little bit earlier today with these super chickens. Again, Susan Zipkin, last lap time a 1:42.934. Tully, last lap time a 2:02.59. So you can tell lap times definitely a little different with these super chickens. Going maybe about 30, 35 mile an hour. Probably closer to 30 with this chop that we've got right here. Spending more time out of the water than they are in the water. As again, we are back on board with our leader, Susan Zipkin. Only about a half, or a straightaway to go for her, half lap to go for Tully. And out comes the checkered flag. Congratulations, Susan Zipkin, as Tully rounds the MasterCard buoy, and he'll head into the outside split one final time. So congratulations, Susan Zipkin, taking the win here. And you can see the two little white dots. That's exactly where they are on the track. So again, congratulations to Susan, taking the win there.
I'm down here on the line with Kayla. How are you feeling so far?
I'm feeling a little beat up. The waves are definitely getting to me after this morning's motos.
We got to get you pumped up and ready to go. Let's go, girl. Get after it. Good luck out there.
Thank you.
Looks like the only girl on the line. Let's see how she does. 55 to the line. Last call. They're about to take off without you.
I believe it's Kirsten Hasty. I know that she was looking for a spark plug wrench. Right there is her boat, 55, right in front of the flagging stand. She's not running. Okay. Thank you, Dan. All right. Sometimes the power of the microphone works. Yeah, Kristen, that's a tough break for her. She took it third in that first moto a little earlier today as we get set to go here with our Pro-Am Sports Spec class. And the rider's told to fire up their engines once again. This is race number 7 of the day. And taking a look down here as we get started, boat number 2 is Arthur Katura, Kayla Fliska on boat number 7. Boat number 110, Tori Snyder. 146 is Morgan Allen. And Jax Rowe, again, not making it down from Tennessee. Also looks like Kirsten Hasty is not here. And unfortunately, I'm hearing through the radio that we're having our 4th red flag of the day.
It sounds like someone had a problem holding their line. They're going to re-rack and restart. As a racer, re-racking is frustrating at times if you get a good start and then you have to do it all again. But if you get a bad start, you get a second chance. So this is a good thing. Here we go again.
right, they brought him back to the line. And I believe Morgan Allen is being called here out of Olatton, Kentucky for the red flag. And we are off and away again. Snyder, the only one starting on the outside. Tori Snyder on the Snyder-built Sea-Doo HX, sponsored by Monster Energy out of Bradenton, Florida. So Tori with a pretty good start. Didn't have anybody in the gate with him, but there was 3 people on the inside gate. We'll let you know who the leaders are as they head toward the first turn right now. That looks like Arthur Caturo out of Fort Lauderdale, Florida, on the deuce. As he works his way back to that inside split. Once again, the inside split are the blue buoys. We've got a double split for those of you who are listening in at home. We've got a split on the left-hand side of the track after the start and a split on the right-hand side of the track after the front straightaway. However, the blue tetrahedrons are the inside split, and the cylindrical SBT yellow and red buoys are the outside split for those of you looking in at home, so you can know where you're at on the track. Back in the third spot right now, it is boat number 7. That's Kayla Plitzka, followed by Morgan Allen. That's the way they stack up 1 through 4 here on lap number 1. Once again, big shout out to everybody who is listening in on the SBT Liqui-Moly live stream. Glad you could join us here in Lake Alfred. And even though you couldn't be here this weekend, we'd like to invite you all back next weekend for rounds 3 and 4 of the SBT ECW Winter Series presented by Liqui-Moly.
This is where your endurance comes into play. On that back straight, it is the longest stretch of the whole course, and it takes a sweeping left turn around the left side of the course here. It is a long straight, so if you have a fast ski, it is quite an advantage to just hold it wide back there and take the outside split on the left-hand side of the course. That sets you up for another long straightaway across the finish line and around those red buoys on the outside. It is a very fast track.
Kai, you were out there in the 4-stroke lights class, the ski division. Tell us, what was it like? What were the conditions like there on the outside of this track with the wind blowing like it is today?
Man, I will tell you, it is really hard to see from the shore just how big the rollers are in the back. And if you are a little bit lighter weight or tired, it's hard to keep that correct position you need to hold the ski down and just fight through the chop. It's very rough on the backside and tricky to hold it wide without rolling over or getting taken out by a wave.
That's it. A lot of rogue waves back here. Like we were talking about earlier, it's kind of like a washing machine because there's no method to the madness. It's not like you're on the beach and you can actually read the waves coming in. The wind's kind of just blowing every which way back there over the open water.
Yes, it is 100% a washing machine across the back straight. No sense of direction to the waves. And on the right side of the track, since it is a lot more shallow, they do come in a little bit more consistently, but it can still catch you off guard.
Well, unfortunately, I don't need to go around that back straightaway because I did my laundry before I came here. Yeah, taking a look on screen right now at Tori Snyder. Once again, Snyder riding for Snyder Built Construction out of Bradenton, Florida. And Morgan Allen trying to get back into it, battling with boat number 7 down the front straightaway right now after having to start with a dead engine. That's always tough.
It is so frustrating having to do a dead engine start. You just watch your competitors get a jump on you and know you have a long fight ahead of you.
Hey, by the way, race number 8 should be coming up to the line. That is our ProAm Sport GP and ProAm Runabout 1100. And you can see Alan on screen right now going to that outside split on the right-hand side of the track as we view it here from the Pro Watercross compound. We're taking a look at boat number 7. That's Kyla Plitzka. Negotiating her way around the track. And if you take a look at the bottom, you can see where each of these riders are on the GPS system. So for those of you folks that are watching it at home, you're watching pretty much live time as to what is going on here. You can see where your favorite riders are out there on the track. Again, you're watching race number 7. This is our Pro-Am Sport Spec class. Tori Snyder with a huge lead, got about a half a lap lead. Boat number 02 is Arthur Couture, still in second, followed by Morgan Allen, who has moved up to third, who just got in front of Kayla Plitzka. And again, for those of you watching online, you can see the skyline here at Lake Alfred. Now taking a look at Arthur Couture out of Fort Lauderdale, Florida. Joining us yesterday for the first round of the East Coast Watercross Winter Series and picking up a win in one of 2 classes yesterday. Been looking pretty good today. Currently running second to Tori. Tori taking a win in this class yesterday in both motos. So he's really trying to get a nice points lead going into the final 2 rounds, which will be held next weekend right here at the Lions Club in Lake Alfred. So Tori headed along the back straightaway. You can see second, third, and fourth over on the left-hand side of the track, all in the split section. So Tori will get the white flag the next time around as time will have expired. And there it is. Time just expired here for race number 7. Race number 8 should be coming to the line. Once again, that is our sport in our 1100 class. And here comes Snyder with a full head of steam down the front straightaway. Meanwhile, looking over his shoulder right there was the 02, Arthur Couture. Yeah, Tori, once he got out in front after hole shotting, he has not looked back. And you can see there is your battle for second between Arthur and Morgan Allen. And there's Kayla trying to catch up to both of them on boat number 7, Yamaha Wave Blaster.
I don't have my phone for you to text it to me, but I was going on the radio. I was like, I didn't know what race we were on.
All right, wind's starting to pick up again, but the sun is actually starting to come out a little bit. Wouldn't be that bad if it was a warm breeze, you know, a 90-degree breeze.
What is Moto 8, the next Moto?
Right. You guys could have stayed at home for this.
And that'll be Moto 8. Okay. Thank you.
All right, so the white flag out for the 02 and the Morgan Allen. And Tori Snyder off the gas as he works his way down the front straightaway one final time. And the checkered flag will come out for Tori Snyder. Congratulations, Tori Snyder. Again, riding on the Snyder-built Monster Energy Yamaha, sponsored by Jet Pilot and Jet Trim. Yes, it's been race number 7, our sports spec class. Arthur Couture still in poised for a second place finish. Morgan Allen in third, as these riders are kind of working their way down the back straightaway now.
Hey, Sean,
Meanwhile, for those of you listening in at home, I believe you're taking a look right there at Torrey Snyder, who just took the checkered flag and circles back around to his pit area.
I dropped it in the water. It's drying. Sorry.
Speaking out. That's the way we get there.
All righty, Arthur Coturo coming through in second, Morgan Allen in third. And it's going to be Kayla Flitzka rounding out your top four here in our Pro-Am spec class. And we'll be back with race number 8, our Pro-Am Sport GP and the Pro-Am Runabout Open in just a couple of moments. Once again, special thanks to all of you who are listening in at home. We sure do appreciate you tuning in to the East Coast Watercross Lake Alfred Winter Series, sponsored by Short Block Technologies and presented by Liqui-Moly.
I'm down here on the beach with Massimo from Brazil. How is your race going so far? How is everything going?
Yeah, everything is going fine. We win some races and lost some ones, but if he's from the race, right? So I don't want to know what's gonna happen, and everything is going good.
And what do you do to train? Because you have some killer endurance. You did 3 different motos yesterday, 3 different classes. Is that right?
Yeah, I race on the Sport GP, the Pro-Am 4-stroke ski lights, and the Runabout 4-stroke.
That's awesome. And what do you do to train for all of that back at home?
Yeah, so I do a simple gym, like I go to the gym and do simple things, but the base you needed to run a lot for get very good and stay good in the middle of the race and not get bad. Right?
Very cool. Thank you.
Welcome.
All right, Pro-Am Runabout 1100 Open, boat number 9. We got Craig Squire and Scott Barrowy out of Fort Howard, Maryland, sponsored by Team Deans USA. Out there doing battle. Squire a winner in moto number 1 today. Barrowy, longtime racer. You know, we got to talking yesterday about racing some of the old East Coast and Region 8 stuff with Wade Cohen and my good friend Rick Masita many, many years ago. And so it's been a long time since we've actually seen each other, and he's been on the beach. But, yeah, he said he seen Wayne not too long ago. And I still talk to Rick Masita on Facebook every now and again. So always good to see my Region 8 ballers, you know, talk about some of the old times we used to have up at like Barnegat Bay. Of course, Seaside Heights. Some crazy times up there in Region 8. That's Scott Barrowy on the boat number 11, the red, white, and blue machine. Squire on the XPL. So for those of you who are listening in at home, just so you know, I think there's just a like a 2 to 3 second delay here with what we're talking about. So sometimes you'll hear what's happening before it happens. I'm just going to throw that out there.
We have a battle in the splits right now.
Yeah, you got Barrowy on the inside, Squire on the outside.
That first buoy at the beginning of the inside split is such a risk because it is so far. But you make up for it right about here. Let's see if he can pull it off. Maintain speed through that corner. Nope.
Well, it looks like they're both going to the inside split over here, right-hand side of the track.
The outside split does take a little bit longer, and if you're underpowered, sometimes it is better to stay on them.
Race number 9. We've only got about a minute 40 plus a lap to go. Race number 9, we need you to the starting line. Race number 9 is the Junior 4-Stroke Ski Lights. Junior 4-Stroke Ski Lights, we need you to the starting line. Squire going to the outside split, top left-hand side of the track. And boat number 11, Scott Barrowy, will follow through. Barrowy on one of the old Team Dean's boats. Dean Mays, who his son Chris Mays raced with us on the national tour for many, many years. And then Snakebite, his stepson, raced with us also for many, many years, including right here in Central Florida, just up the street in Tavares. So it looks like both of these riders will get the white flag this next time around. Once again, juniors, we need you to the starting line. Race number 9. Attention on the beach, all you juniors out there. They're in the 4-Stroke Ski Lights. We need you to the starting line. Thank you. Again, time has expired here in race number 8. As the juniors work their way down to the line, the white flag will be coming up for, it looks like, Squire, who is working the outside split right now. Barrowy's working the inside split. As the white flag comes up from the flagging stand. And here we go down the front straightaway for Squire. Barrowy coming from the inside, picks it up, sits it down. And it's going to be a drag race down the front straightaway. Barrowy on the inside. Let's see if Squire tries to take that inside. Nope, Squire's going to go to the outside. So Barrowy able to squeeze himself into that inside split. And we'll see if he comes out ahead as they get ready to exit on the top right-hand side of the course. Our split section on the right side. So it looks like Barrowy taking the lead back. So a couple of different lead changes here in the Pro-Am Runabout 1100 Open. Casarini not busting the boat out here for the Pro-Am Sport GP.
Craig is actually on Scott's boat. And Rowley's on Ajax.
Oh, yeah? It's nice how they tell me.
Yeah. So, not really.
Okay. All right, so I'm getting some new info up here from the Wicked Princess, Miss Shelley McCloskey. As we come down here, I believe Scott is on the XPL and Craig is on boat number 11. So it's actually Craig Squire that takes the win on Scott's boat. Yeah, exactly. They trying to pull one over on your spectator-friendly announcer. Junior 4-Stroke Ski Lights is coming up next. Junior 4-Stroke Ski Lights, their final race of the weekend. This is race number 9. 4 more to go before we call it a weekend here.
These kids are so fast and talented. It was so cool working with them on Friday for the Young Guns event. Speaking of, if anyone wants to donate to that nonprofit organization, we can keep that going. Keep the kids in the know with which direction the track is going and making sure everybody's on the same page before the weekend starts. Giving these kids the knowledge they need to ride their hearts out. You guys are going to want to see this race. These kids are so fast. I do not want to race them.
You know, it's great to see the juniors out here. Started racing the juniors nearly 20 years ago. And, you know, you take a look at it now, and some of the athletes that the junior class has produced, you know, guys, supercross stars like Juju Bomé. Oh, yeah? All right, so Juju actually might be here next weekend because he's going to be over in Daytona for the Supercross anyway. So he might be showing up here if you want to meet one of the stars of Supercross. Currently injured on the injured reserve right now, but he'll be back out there. But, you know, also, you know, we've turned out some other, like, fantastic athletes from the junior program. I mean, you take a look at Quentin Bosch. You know, Bosch, who took a win in Thailand at the World Grand Prix Series. And I mean, he did it handily as well. So some great athletes coming from this junior program. So I'm glad to see you're supporting it, Kai.
And they're off. One of the most competitive classes here this weekend. These kids are wicked fast. We have a 10-year-old out there from Brazil. Is that correct?
I believe we do. That is Vittorio Casarini out of Sao Paulo, Brazil, sponsored by Casarini, Sea-Doo, and MRP Tuning. Also out there with a good start on the inside, I believe that was Cameron Spooner, boat number 23 out of Dania Beach, sponsored by Spoondog Racing, Jet Life Miami, and Onium. Cash McClure was right beside him out of Saudi Daisy, Tennessee, sponsored by TC Free Ride. I'm not sure. I think Fleming might have been starting on the other side. We got about 6 minutes, 25 seconds, plus a lap left to go here in race number 9, and we're going on to race number 10. That's the ProAm Ski Stock Class. Should be a good one, and it's going to be Spoondog Light. That's right, Spooner. Oh, and look at this. McClure stealing the lead away from Spooner, coming from that outside split. Didn't see him. We were a little blocked here by the Pro Watercross Tour compound. We got some of our hatches battened down because of the storm that came through earlier today. But Spoondog Light now taking the lead back off of McClure as they work their way onto the top right-hand side of the track. Fleming back there in third. And Logan Fleming once again from Port St. Lucie, Florida. Just down the street. And he's sponsored by Onium Pro, Farthing Racing, 300 Motorsports, and IPD Graphics.
The wind is picking up. It's going to get harder and harder to hold your lines through that back straight. It is a long straightaway. You need to stay pinned to be able to hold your position.
Boy, it don't look like these juniors are having too much problems with it. They are actually charging into these waves. Didn't work out too well for Fleming in that first junior race that we seen. Got separated from his boat.
That was a fun race to watch. These kids really give it all they got.
Speaking of kids, your biggest fan is here, running down to you right now. Miss Miriam. Aww.
There still are some Girl Scout cookies left for sale. Head down to the beach and get some sugar.
Cookies.
I'm the cookie monster.
Yeah,
You
yeah.
know.
Yeah, they came up here and they bribed me with some Thin Mints earlier. I tell you, they could get anything off of me. Give me some Thin Mints.
That's a great bribe.
So again, your race leader, top left-hand side of the track, Cameron Spooner, making it look easy out there. Got ahead of Cash McClure, and he's trying to check out of this one as he works his way around the outside split. Closing in on 3 minutes and 45 seconds. It is a... take a look at some of the statistics here. Tell you what our fast lap times are so far, Kai. Cameron Spooner with a 1:10.874. A 1:10.466 for Cash McClure. Sebastian Wilcox with a 1:15.27. Logan Fleming with a 1:17.510. And Vittoro Casarini with a 1:17.624. So those are your fastest lap times here in our junior class.
It looks like some of these kids are still getting tired. We've got some people riding on their knees in the front and in the back straights. I don't blame them, though. It is quite rough out there.
Well, the only thing is they can get down on their knees momentarily, but they can't ride from one buoy all the way to the next buoy.
That's right.
That's against the rules. We have some of them that are so small, Kai, that it looks like they're riding on their knees, but they're actually standing up. They just don't have to lift their handle pole. Like you were saying, we got a 10-year-old out there from Brazil, Vittoro Casarini.
Yeah, he's a nice kid. He likes mac and cheese. Figured that out yesterday. I taught him how to say mac and cheese.
Nice. All right, we are upon the 2-minute warning here in the junior class.
The sun is making an appearance again, which is nice.
You know, I've seen that in Florida so many times at the races down here where it's just nasty and windy and crappy all day long. And then when it comes out for the awards, comes time for the awards, the sun comes out, the wind dies down, and everything is all peaceful and beautiful again.
Every time. Mother Nature knows we're racing, and she came to give us a good show.
That's it. Well, a good show. I just wish you would have brought another hoodie.
We got Davey Prado getting out there on the 1500. This is going to be a good class to watch as well. Say?
I will go with the Superjet.
He's racing a Superjet against the 1500s. There was a mechanical issue with the 1500. We still have some significant wind speeds, 20 to 25 miles per hour, giving these kids a run for their money. They're starting to look a little bit tired.
Well, and you take a look out there right now. I mean, we're actually seeing, even though the sun's out right now, we're actually seeing more white caps right now than we've pretty much seen all day.
Yes, the wind has certainly picked up. It's getting a little tricky. Just in time for our stock class to line up.
Yeah, it should be a good race. Race number 10, which is next up on the docket. The Pro-Am ski stock class. I believe we've got 8 riders in that one. We may have dropped off 1 or 2 since that first race. I think I've seen a couple people that were loading up. So Spooner, McClure, Fleming, 1, 2, and 3. And it's been like that for most of the weekend. This,
Say, come and get some Girl Scout cookies.
Girl Scout cookies. Come and get your cookies.
Girl Scout cookies.
Oh, yeah, I heard her. Come and get your cookies. $6 holler for the cookies.
Little Miriam selling some Girl Scout cookies down here. Come support.
White flag is out here in the junior class as time has expired, and Spoondog Light over on the right-hand side of the track. Only rider over on the right-hand side of the track right now. pretty cool iridium wrap that he's got right there. There is a 10-year-old Arturo Casarini on boat number 201. Wilcox trying to chase him down. And as we take a look out, we've got that boat number 33 there, second place, Cash McClure, going through the short block technology start-finish line. And here comes 132, Fleming, getting past Dill that was flanked to his left. And that was Braden Dill right there, sponsored by Wade Chapin Performance, Judge Motorsports, and Exotic Signs. Once again, not too much time to go. Checkered flag getting ready to come out here from the flagging stand, and Cameron Spooner saluting the crowd here at the Lions Club in Lake Alfred as he comes through with another victory this week.
I'm down here on the line with Kylie Meyer. How are you doing today? How's your race day?
I'm doing pretty good. It's definitely way more choppy than yesterday, but it's been a lot of fun being out here racing some new classes. Yeah, I've been enjoying it.
I'm so glad you're having a good time. Are you excited to ride the waves right now? It's finally getting competitive.
Yeah. I'm excited. I don't think I'll be excited for how I feel tomorrow, but we'll worry about that later.
Thank you. Good luck out there. Battle to the finish for these kids. I gotta get out of the water, man. The water snakes are scary.
You need our snake wrangler, Brandon, down there with you.
He's a maniac.
I was going to say, it could be a bodyguard. All right, Pro-Am Ski Stock. Let's take a look at the lineup. Race number 10. We got 3 more races left to go here this weekend. Sponsored by Casarini, Pro Watercraft, Jet Tribe, Mano Zaprania, and More My. Boat number 27 is Davy Prado out of Brazil. Boat number 54, or boat number 5 rather, out of Johnson City, Tennessee, is Thomas Lambert. Boat number 79 from Miami Beach, Florida, Stefano Atanis. Boat number 98 from Pembroke Pines, Florida, that is Shelby Warman. Boat number 201 from Sao Paulo, Brazil, Massimo Casarini. Boat number 220 from Miami, Florida, Yanio Bermudez. And rounding out your field, young lady we just spoke with on 529 from Jacksonville, Florida, sponsored by Glidwell Racing, Kylie Meyer.
We've got a Super Jet joining the mix in this ski stock Pro-Am class.
Yeah, I believe that was Davy Prado.
Yes, Davy Prado on Chris's ski.
Yeah, Davy Prado is moving for you scorers out there. He's no longer on 27. He's on boat number 201, just so everybody knows. We're all on the same page.
It was a last-minute swap. He's dealing with some engine problems.
Well, I'll tell you, Chris Landis has been loaning that boat out to everybody this weekend. Yeah, so they only had 10 hours on that boat that we've seen Prado out there winning on, and unfortunately it grenaded. So he borrowed Landis's boat, and Landis's boat's been winning a lot out there this weekend. All right. And it looks like we had a rider down there for a moment there in the inside blue. It looks like Kylie Meyer, the early leader.
Followed by Davey Prado.
And it looks like 220. That's Yanio. And then Thomas Lambert on boat number 5.
I believe that is Shelby in the water over there getting towed back to her ski. The name of the game in this type of water is to stay on the ski. It is so tricky to get back and get into it.
Yeah, especially in these type of conditions here, if you get separated from your boat and the marshal's a couple seconds away, I mean, that could be your race right there. So you don't want to lose the boat. That is key. You know what I mean? If you have to hit the brakes, don't override your talent.
And don't let off.
So Kylie opted to go to the outside, looking for another victory here, another Moto number 2 victory. Coming up next, we need race number 11. That is going to be our X2 race, our junior sport class race, followed by race number 12, which is our Pro Ski GP, and final race of round number 2 here of the Short Block Technologies East Coast Watercross Winter Series. So Kylie getting past Shelby over here on the right-hand side of the course, and that is Prado still running in second. Prado been on the Kawasaki for most of the weekend. Here, his last moto has switched to that Yamaha Superjet.
That is a totally different ride, let me tell you, man. I train a lot on the 1500, and getting on the 1050 is such an adjustment. The ski turns a lot more flat. You can't lean it over as much as you can with a 1500.
Yeah, 1500's a little bit heavier too. Probably would be running a little better in this choppy water. You know what I mean? It's going to be hooked up a little bit more. The 1050 a lot lighter.
They do dance better, in my opinion. Kylie is still taking Davey Prado to gap.
So this is Kylie right now, coming out the bottom left-hand side of the track, exiting the outside split. That's Prado right behind her. So Prado trying to reel her in down the front straightaway.
He is fighting. He had a little bobble, 2 buoys back.
I'll tell you, I can't believe Davey, being from Brazil, you know, they got a pretty warm climate down there too, but he's only got a Farmer John on and not his full wetsuit on out here today.
It's hard to pack the tour coat when you're trying to only bring a carry-on. Let me tell you about that, man. The flight attendant gave me such a look when my helmet would not fit under the seat.
Not even sideways?
No, sir. I tried every angle there. I just threw a jacket over it and hoped nobody looked.
There you go. There you go. Sometimes it's better to fly the red eyes.
I said, ma'am, this is essential cargo.
I heard that.
And just like that, the sun is back out. Wind is picking up again. So Davey is catching Kylie. Oh, he's down and back up again.
Yeah, Davey going down there for a quick water sample. It's going to give Kylie a little bit more breathing room, and you can see she's up and out of the water a lot, too, down that front straightaway, just to give you an idea of how rough it is.
She is looking so comfortable and confident on that ski, maintaining great position, doing a little bit of a back stretch on that straight, which is a great spot to do it.
I noticed that backstretch, and when you were interviewing her right before the race, and she was talking about, yeah, I'm liking it now, but I don't know how much I'm going to like it tomorrow.
It always hurts more the next day, especially if you neglect your stretching routine.
That's right. That's right.
She's pulling away from Davy back there in the back straight going into the split. Looks like survival of the fittest for everybody else racing. But that battle for first and second is still going.
You know, we were talking about the junior program just a little while ago. Davey Prado, another one of the products of our junior program that the IJSBA started back in the day. And when he started, we talked about it, touched on it a little bit yesterday. He started out as an amateur freestyler and came out to Havasu. I think he was like 7 or 8 years old and went out and did an exhibition for everybody right before our freestyle competition as our leaders move over onto the right-hand side of the track.
Yes, and that Young Gun program doesn't run for free. Even though it is a non-profit, it takes so many hands to help these kids figure out how to ride correctly and safely. So if you'd like to support our youth of jet ski racing, the future of jet ski racing, come on down to the booth here. We have a little bucket. We're doing a 50-50 raffle, so a chance to win half of the pot.
Hey, that sounds good. Take home an extra 50-50 pot deal. That'd be pretty cool to hang out to do that. I know we had one at the Hydro Drags, right? We had a big 50-50 pot, and the winner ended up taking home like $1,600.
That's incredible.
Yeah, we made $3,200. $1,600 went to a local charity, and $1,600 went home. This guy though, he bought like 150 tickets. Oh, well, it was funny because I was reading off the winning numbers, right? The winning last three numbers, and they had just like rolls of tickets, and they would just throw them down on the ground. No, it's not in that roll. No, it's not in that roll. And he would draw another number. Not in that roll. But he ended up winning like $1,600. Not a bad day at the office for a $100, $150 investment.
It's incredible. Great ROI.
And it's very helpful to the local community too, because I believe that Billy actually donated that $1,600 that we made to cancer research.
That's incredible work.
Well, once again, time has expired here in race number 10, and Kylie Meyer still your race leader. I believe that's her on the top left-hand side of the track. And Prado's still trying to chase her down. Prado about 3 to 4 seconds off the pace. Looks like Prado going to opt to go to the inside, Meyer to the outside.
A battle to the finish. Davy's giving it all he got.
And here comes Kylie. Davy's going to come out. He's coming in hot. And Kylie Meyer takes the win. How about that? Great job. Sponsored by Glidwell Racing, boat number 529 out of Jacksonville, Florida.
Davy's such a good sport. He got beat by a girl, and he's going back to give her a high five because they're good buddies. Look at that. It's beautiful. That is good sportsmanship. Everyone should take notes from that. Always high five your competitors. Give them a knuckle bump. Tell them they did a good job. Keep the camaraderie of the sport.
That's it. That's it. And she's a great sport. He's a great sport. Done them both for a while now.
Great job, Kylie. Great job, Davey. Good job, man. We saw you fighting. That was incredible.
So race number 11, our X2 and junior sport class coming up next. 2 more races left on the docket. Again, I'd like to say a very special thanks to our good friends from Short Block Technologies. Make sure you check out their website for all their newest, latest, and greatest. You can go shop_sbt.com and check out all of the new stuff that's come out here from SBT. I know that they're doing those LSP revolver holes. It's Lee Stone products. And I guess they got some new engines are going to be coming along with them here. They're going to be in the new catalog. So stay tuned. Big things coming from SBT. That's Short Block Technologies out of Clearwater, Florida.
Down here on the line, we have a guy running some dreads on the back of his helmet and an orange mohawk. And he's going to start backwards, giving his girlfriend Kayla a nice head start. Let's see if he can catch her. This is going to be a fun race to watch. Check this out. X2's on the line.
Yeah, Andrew Freeman was the winner of Moto number 1 today. Got the orange headdress down there, easy to pick out.
The wind is picking up. It just took my hat off. Let's see how these X2s handle it. All right, we've got one man starting backwards. Check this out. Let's see how fast he can catch him.
All right, Andrew Freeman starting with his X2 backwards, both hands on his helmet. Oh, now he's having problems getting his boat started. Oh, the irony.
And he's off. The chase is on.
Once again, that was Andrew Freeman. He's out of Painted Post, New York, sponsored by Corning Construction. Joining him out there is boat number 7, Kayla Plitzka, out of West Henrietta, New York. Kayla sponsored by Wadcon.com, Moto Option, and Pro Watercraft. Boat number 111 is Warren Burke, who took a second in Moto number 1 out of Hilton, New York. And representing the juniors in the Sports Spec Division, boat number 14, Bryson Dill, out of Naples, Florida. And I believe that's Pliska over here on the inside on the pink X2, your leader on this side. And it's Burke on the other side. We'll see how they come out. Looks like Pliska's going to come out before Burke. So Pliska, we'll go ahead and credit her with the hole shot. Burke going to shake out in second. And after starting with a dead... Oh, and runs over the exit. He was trying to exit the inside split track. Freeman, who started with a dead engine and his boat turned backwards, was trying to overtake that third place position, cut it a little bit tight, got taken out by a wave, and that is 14 Dill that went down in the front stretch.
That's always fun to get back up on those skis. Is that a blaster or HX?
That's a blaster.
He's in alligator territory right there. They're going to grab his ankle.
Dun, 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 dun.
That's a spooky spot right there. That is where you don't want to go down.
No. You know, it's funny because after the races yesterday, I seen some kids and they were all playing in that stuff.
This guy has to do a muscle up to get back on that ski. He's having a hard time.
Well, he's just a little guy. He was up here enjoying watching the live stream just a little while ago, hanging out up here at announcing. And there's Caleb Flitz working the outside split right now. Freeman starting to work his way back into it. Let's see if Freeman goes and hits the penalty buoy here. Ran over the blue tetrahedron, exiting the split in moto number 1. So we'll see if he goes wide. Yep, he's going to go hit the penalty buoy. So he knows exactly what he did. And there's Kayla on the pink X2, still running in first, and the 111 of Warren Burke still in second. Starting to separate just a little bit from Andrew Freeman. who once again had to go hit that penalty buoy, so he's got a lot of time to make up. He's got 2 minutes. Go ahead. I was going to say he's got 2 minutes and 35 seconds to do it.
We have a battle in the splits on the right side of the track here. Kayla looks super comfortable. Let's see if she can hit it. Right now, we got about a straight line all the way around the back side of the track. GP Ski is getting on the line.
Oh, yeah. That's going to be another really good one, that GP Ski class. Gotta love that. Fastest boats that we got out here. Had some great GP racing so far this weekend. And we still got one more to go here after this. Again, watching the Vintage X2 class out there. We started with about 5 of them yesterday. I think we're down to 3 today. We had a couple more junior sports in the class as well. And now we only have 1 junior sport rider in the class. So it looks like Burke may have gotten out in front. Warren Burke taking the lead here. As you see him working his way down the front straightaway. Took a second in the first moto. This could give him the overall if he takes the win. All right, looks like we got a rider down over here on the bottom right-hand side of the track.
Once again in Gator territory,
and I think
there in the Tules.
Yeah, I think that's the same rider, too. I don't know. Maybe he met a friend over there.
Oh, it's got to be frustrating, falling in the same spot.
Of course, Marshall Randy over there to assist. Once again, Warren Burke, your race leader out there, is sponsored by Moto Option, Nickerson Performance, the BRP Museum, 10mm photo, Maddie's Motorsports, and Burke Good Enough Marina.
I'm down on the beach with Isabella Parker going for a redemption run with the boys. How are you feeling leading into this last moto of the weekend? Rough water. I know you do very well in rough water, but how are you feeling?
Excited. I love this type of. It's always so fun. It makes it a good equalizer, the water.
She said it's a great equalizer. Really shows how hard and how often you train when you're getting into conditions like this.
All right, the white flag is out. And Burke, still your race leader. Freeman trying to reel him in. Plitska back into third. So we got about 3/4 of a lap to go here in race number 11. This is the Vintage X2 class combined with the Junior Sports Spec class. Hope everybody here locally is having a good time. Everybody back watching in at home. I hope you're nice and warm and cozy. And you can just tell how rough it is out there with these boats and the lap times, you know, how they've differed. And Freeman now challenging. Remember, he started with a dead engine and his boat facing backwards. That's him and Burke up there, headed toward the MasterCard buoy. And Burke will get there first. Burke's got the orange bottom on the X2. And looks like they're both going to the outside. Freeman got the orange headdress on the helmet. So he followed him to the outside. Let's see if he can make the pass somehow. It's going to be tough to make a pass there, as rough as it is on this outside track. The checkered flag is out, and we are headed to the bottom left-hand side of the track. One final time down that straightaway. Then Berg grabs a handful of throttle, and looks like he may take the overall for the day. So congratulations, Warren Berg. Freeman coming through in second. Some great racing there in the Vintage X2 class. And coming up next, finally, we've got the Pro Ski GP class.
By the way, it's actually Bryson. Bryson did.
That was Bryson?
Yeah.
And that did you're great.
Yeah.
So that was Bryson Dill that was out there on boat number 14. Thank you, Braden. I appreciate that. So once again, race number 12 coming up next. 2, 4, 6, 8, 9 guys here in the Pro Ski GP class. Let's go ahead and run through the lineup with you real quick before we get started. Boat number 24 out of Mandeville, Louisiana. We got Charles Guinchard. Boat number 27 out of Brazil, Davey Prado. 51 out of Miramar, Florida is David Cabrera. Boat number 98 from Pembroke Pines, Florida, Eric Medlin. 169 from Delray Beach, Florida is Isabella Parker. Boat number 187 from Liberty Hill, Texas, Derek Morosky. Boat number 201 from Delray Beach is Chris Landis, and he has been perfect so far this weekend. Boat number 591 from LaBelle, Florida, Kyle Fabro. 595 from Laconia, New Hampshire, that is Sean Dudek. And rounding out your field, taking a third in the first moto today from Ellington, Connecticut, sponsored by Commander Industries, Braden Seven. So they're getting staged down there on the starting line. Been a great weekend of racing here at the Lions Park, Lake Alfred, Polk County, Florida. Home of the world's most favorite, home of the United States' most favored sheriff, Grady Judd. That's right. So I'm looking. It looks like 7 going to be in pole position on the inside, pitted right next to David Cabrera. That's going to be an interesting battle watching them two go out there. And I got 201 all the way on the outside, and that is Landis. Landis, who has been perfect.
Prado.
I'm sorry, go ahead.
Davey Prado is jumping on a superjet in the GP class like a maniac, and I'm going to hold for our race director, Sean Dudek.
You go, girl. You can get as wet as you want in that water. All right, so we're going to get our marshals back in position here as we get set to go here for the final race of the weekend, final race of round number 2 here of the Winter Series. We ask that everybody join us next weekend for rounds 3 and 4 of the SVT, East Coast Watercross Winter Series. Rounds 3 and 4 right back here at the Lions Club in Lake Alfred. Again, special thanks to Central Florida Sports, of course, the city of Lake Alfred for having us here. Of course, Polk County EMS and fire departments, Lake Alfred Fire Department here. And thanks very much for helping us find that dog's rightful owner today. That was kind of scary. Somebody brought us over a dog and had a lost owner. Okay, Prado jumping on the white 201, and that's the teal 201 is going to be Landis. They'll both be starting from the outside. Landis getting a rough start. So, yeah, Landis with a rough start and outside. And it looked like he and Prado almost got together there. Landis had to turn right real quick. As we take a look out there, we'll see if we can tell you who the leaders are.
The guys in the tower were trying to be funny, and they upped the time from 10 minutes to 12. We have a rider down in the outside split. Scary spot. Lots of white caps out there. It's hard to tell which one's ahead.
And on the inside, Isabella Parker went down for just a moment. And they're 3 wide coming down the front straightaway. It's Medlin on 98 that was closest to the shoreline here. 169. Isabella Parker, your race leader, goes to the outside split, far side of the track.
Absolutely incredible. The only girl out there with all of these men. Insane.
Braden Seven was on the inside split, right hand side of the track, and I believe it's Seven who is moving into the lead right here. So it's going to be Seven, followed by Isabella Parker as they head down the back straightaway. So I believe that's Davey Prado that's actually in third right now. I'm looking for Landis because I said, as I was telling you, Landis didn't get the best of starts. And it looks like I see Landis now, who has just moved up into fourth place up there by the MasterCard buoy. Landis again on our check that is Prado. That's Landis that went down on lap number 1 on the outside. So I knew it was one of the 201s. Wasn't sure whether it was him or Prado. And that is Landis that's over here on the right-hand side of the track. Now Landis came in with a 22nd.
I'm on the beach with Ronnie Parker, Isabella's dad. Tell me, what is it like to watch your baby girl out there with these guys?
It's nerve-wracking. It's crazy. It's nerve-wracking. It's crazy watching a kid out there. More nervous than when I raced.
Absolutely. It's where you got to trust their ability and know that they put in the work.
290. So I believe that might have been Charles Guinchard that went down. The marshals went over to manage that issue, which was why we had some mic silence there. We're trying to figure out who it was, but they actually went all the way over into the weeds. Again, 8 minutes left to go in this one. Still trying to chase down your leader over here on the right-hand side of the track. And I see what the problem was now. It was like Guinchard went down, and when Guinchard went down, one of the course marshal boats, I believe, sucked up some weeds. So the course marshal boat's down. So now we're putting another course marshal back out onto the water.
Jumping in as a course marshal to help these guys out.
I tell you what, Tori's a good kid.
He said, hold my wallet, I'm going out there.
Hold my wallet. Here, I'll hold it. He's like, what is this thing? That is definitely not a Snyder-built boat. So again, we're just about at 6.5 minutes left to go in this one here. And as I take a look down, trying to get an update here. So you got Braden Seven in the lead, Isabella Parker in second, Davey Prado in third, Cabrera in fourth, Eric Medlin on boat number 98 in fifth.
Take a look at the waves in the back there. These boats are just skipping up and out of the water.
Yeah, some crazy conditions that we've had here this weekend. We've seen a little bit of everything.
What a fun start to the Pro Watercross Season National Tour. Road to Havasu. Correction. This is the Winter Series. Yeah. But this is my start to the Pro Watercross Tour.
That's it. There we go. Janio is now moving up onto the backside of Prado over on the right-hand side of the course. Which got followed by Isabella Parker. Isabella Parker turning in a 1:04.931 lap time. That has been the fastest lap time that we've had here in the GP class. And it was done by a girl. So it looks like we got another rider down there on the outside split. And that is, I believe, 201 Chris Landis. So Landis, after being perfect so far this weekend, has had 2 get-offs in this final moto, just to let everybody know back home just how rough it is here. I mean, yesterday conditions were completely 180-degree difference. Going down over here on the top right-hand side of the track. Trying to get a number on that ski.
That's something we can always use, is more course marshals that are qualified. You guys sitting at home knowing you have the skills for the job, please contact someone from Pro Watercross, East Coast Watercross, Naughty Water, and help grow the sport and keep everybody safe. We could use more course marshals always.
Yep, safety always the first issue. And I'm not sure, that might have been Parker that went down on that top right-hand side. And you can see our marshals over there to assist. And I believe that was boat number 169. right, we got another rider down. I believe that is Landis again. So the marshals coming over to handle that. And these marshals have been doing double duty here on this final race of the weekend. Yeah. So only a minute 15 left to go, and we've got a little bit of everything happen in this race here. My goodness. The wind, the rain, the get-offs. I think we've had more people get off their boat in this race right here than we have the whole weekend totally with every race. So this is it's been kind of a wild race. A Marshall boat broke down. Have two skis, one ski being towed in, one already towed in. So Isabella Parker is coming in on the gaff over here with Mr. Wilcox. As we are at 35 seconds left to go.
Tough break for Isabella Parker. That was such an awesome battle to watch this morning in Moto 3 this weekend. She absolutely killed it, led a couple laps, and then went flying and swimming. Two of the things you don't want to do when you're racing jet skis.
You got to wonder if that got in her head when she went down a little bit earlier over here on the bottom left-hand side of the track as she was coming out of the outside split. She went down, and she was down there for a while.
Absolutely.
So you know, that's got to kind of get inside your head. It's kind of got to make you think, okay, I got to be a little more cautious. And a lot of times it's just those little mental things that make you lose your focus.
It's pretty spooky getting out of the tray in a race like this.
So the white flag is out now. Now, last look, I believe Seven was your race leader. Braden Seven, who took a third in Moto number 1, and I believe this is one of his first GP races, and he's course marshaling out there.
He is. He has been on the water all day, so he knows the common mistakes that people are making, but he also has a little bit of fatigue from being in this weather all day long. The rain, the wind, everything.
And here comes Cabrera through the start-finish line. One final time.
He's doing a nice back stretch. It looks pretty rough out there right now.
Yeah, he was telling me he was a little sore this morning. He said yesterday after the races, he said he pretty much overtuned the boat. The boat's too fast for him, he said. And, you know, when you're a tuner and you're in as good a shape as David Cabrera, that's really saying something.
Absolutely incredible. That's where it is so important to dial in your fitness and nutrition for jet ski racing.
Well, Isabella made it back, and she's okay, so glad that is all good. 201, I believe, was your race winner there. Prado.
And he's on a 1050 Superjet in the GP class.
Yeah, Braden unfortunately came through in second, had a get off there on the last lap. He was leading pretty much the entire lap.
Looks like he lost his goggles. He's showing them off to the crowd. It is so hard to ride with the spray from the GP ones right in the eyes. Commander, my apologies.
So Seven in second, Prado in first. I believe our third place rider was Eric Medlin out of Pembroke Pines, Florida, boat number 98. Those results are unofficial. David Cabrera, that would make him fourth place here in the Pro Ski GP class. And what a weekend it has been, and what a way to wind it up with all this drama. I mean, we had pretty much no drama all weekend. Everything was cool.
It's been very mellow, yeah. It's been so fun.
You know, then I tell you, after that storm came through today, it just seemed like all hell broke loose.
It did. It really shook things up for these racers and myself. Charles is crossing the finish line, slow and steady. Does not win the race this time.
Nah. But he made it. But he made it, and I'll tell you what, that is a great thing. And tell you, it's been great working with you, Kai. Looking forward to working with you a lot here throughout the spring and the summer. And fun watching you race out there, too. And I love the way that you talk about the kids a lot and the fitness and nutrition, because those are some of the things that I don't talk about because, well, I have no kids, fitness or nutrition. So maybe hanging out with you will rub off a little bit.
Absolutely. I try and look at the whole picture here. We've got people of all ages, from 10 years old to 60 plus, racing on the same line. It is absolutely craziness, and if you are not prepared for it, the water will bite back shortly.
Well, once again, I'd like to say a special thanks to Charles, who did our live stream for us. Of course, the entire transponder crew, the GPS transponder crew that we have over here. We got like 4 or 5 people in the engine room working. We've also, I'd like to say a special thanks to our merch folks. Last chance to get merch. They're going to close the merch booth up here. So, hey, you guys from Brazil, you guys want to get some East Coast Watercross merchandise, some Pro Watercross merchandise, stop on up here, pick up your merchandise before you take off today.
T-shirts start at just $5. Come get a souvenir from your race.
Riders, don't forget to turn in your transponders. Make sure you turn in your transponders. All riders, make sure you turn in your transponders. Special thanks to the Lake Alfred Fire Department, the Police Department, of course, our Polk County Fire Department as well. Special thanks to all of our good friends here at the Lions Club, all of the wonderful sponsors for East Coast Watercross, especially Short Block Technologies and Liquid Moly and Central Florida Sports, Polk County Sports. All great supporters, Wetworks, Beer Dart. We got so many people that help us out here, Kai. Any closing thoughts?
What a fun advancement in technology, watching all of these transponders get turned in. It's just not like Moto, where everybody goes home with them and you got to pay for it later. Sean Dudek is the pioneer of this, as he is taking the pay cut to help bring this into the sport. It is so cool to see that little track drawing on the bottom right-hand side of the screen and watch those jet skis go around in live time, just like a video game. It's pretty cool.
Pretty awesome. Pretty awesome. Well, folks, you can see this awesome stuff again. All you got to do is tune in next week for rounds number 3 and 4. That'll be held next week right here at the Lions Club in Lake Alfred. For more info, I believe you could go to the East Coast Watercross site, Naughty Water site, or the Pro Watercross site, and you could get all the info that you need. And it certainly has been a pleasure being able to chat with everybody here this weekend. And to all my friends that are listening in out there in TV land, thank you so much for tuning in. And on behalf of Ms. Kyla, you want to talk to Charles first before we exit?
Yeah, why not? He just got off the water after being behind the camera all day. Charles, how are you feeling after that extreme moto?
I am whipped. Dude, that was carnage out there. I was doing my best just to stay up. The second you can't stay on the throttle, you were getting your butt handed to you. So I was getting my butt handed to me most of the time. That was a blast, though. Thanks for everybody at home putting up with the technical difficulties. Like, this is the shakedown weekend. A lot of gear is getting used for the first time since last year. New stuff. It was fun. Couldn't do it without the other people here helping out. So that was a blast. Thanks for Pete Burke behind the camera. He's pointing it so I can get on the track and keep it fun. So thanks for you for doing some interviews. So, yeah, we'll do it all again next weekend. And sorry about the sound this morning. Amateur hour.
Join us again next weekend. We will be back for more jet ski racing, more technological advancement as we push the sport forward. 2026.
Hey, Charles, when you get a chance, come on up. I got to figure out how to park this thing. Nice job. Unfortunately, can this hear me?
What's that?
Can you hear me?
Maybe barely.
Whatever locks it from rotating, basically stopped locking when you left the tower.
Oh, it's just been a pain in the butt. You gotta be really gentle with it. For some reason, one of the
Sorry. Yeah, so I had a few where it was like, it looks like we're dying.
Well, you just straighten it back out.
I did, yep, I did.
No matter how much I tighten this
I
thing.
couldn't figure it out. I was like, what the hell did I do? It was doing that. It's the
matter
wind. So you might watch and see a few where like...
I don't know what, like this thing is as tight as it gets and it's not getting any purchase, so I gotta fix it.